What's going on? What's going on? I'm not sure if we're live yet. Let me just check. And we are live. Cool, cool. So the goal of this stream is to do some last minute changes on the Techbuds site and finally at least launch it. Not publicly for people to use, but just for the team to actually see. So let's get started. Alrighty. So have the site open. A couple things I did change. I changed. Oh, hopefully my mic is on this time, because the last time my mic was not on, and I was literally live streaming for like an hour without my mic. That was bad, but learning experience. Either way, there was a bug last time where the menus were on the side. That was actually an easy fix. I'm just gonna quickly explain how I fixed that. It just with the this was space between. So if I put space between, let me quickly show you what happens. So I do have npm. If you do space between, it actually filled up the space between the two items. That's not the design we kind of wanted, because I don't know, it kind of looks funny. So if you put flex end, it actually makes it all start at the end of the column, which is like, this is the whole column, right? And it makes it start over here. And then we added some padding to the actual items, right? So padding left 60, which gave it, padding here 60, padding here 60. And that's how we did that. So, 1 second. That looks funny. So, okay, cool. Just making sure my mic is on. That was bad. All right, so the next thing is, let's see what we have to do next. So in the first video, sorry you guys couldn't hear the mic on that one, but we took away the database part. So these testimonials are going to happen locally for now. That's fine. Fix the menus in the bottom. This button works. If you go to resources, we have this right here. And I guess I want to rename these buttons from join now to maybe visit. So I think that makes more sense. So let's just go ahead and do that. So this is the resource page. So that should be index and then resource. And that's right here, this resource card. So we have to actually go to resource card .blade, and there's the join now button. So we just easily change that to visit, and there we go, we have the change now. I also enabled live editing. Whoa, why does my Chrome look so weird? Chrome always be bugging out. Let's see if I can, oh, there we go. That's Chrome, you gotta fix your, so let's see. There's that. We don't have anything on the contact. I still don't know what we have to put here. I'm gonna say Ricky. Ricky, it's your job to give me some feedback on what should go there. It should be a form, should be a map, phone number, email. What goes there, boy? Come on, I need an answer for that. So I guess what we'll do is, I wanted to have this stock thing. I think it looks pretty cool. Obviously it's fake data right now, and we need real data. So we're gonna quickly add some real data to that. But first, I'm just gonna quickly share this link on Twitter. I'm not sure if I did already. Let me just confirm that. So let's see. So if I go to Twitter, oh, that link kind of came out weird. So let's go ahead and just copy this. And guys, I'm just gonna actually show you guys what I'm doing. So Chrome, stop acting up. So let's just delete this. And let's go ahead and make a tweet. Bam. Cool, cool, cool. So we got that. Also, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. It should be on the screen somewhere. But anyways, okay, so let's try to get this to work. There was an API that I was going to use. So it was going to be stock API data, stock market data API. Let's see what we got here. I was going to use this one right here. So if I go here, API documentation examples. I don't need any daily data. I just want something to just kind of put there. So let's see. Is there anyone to give me like, I just want an API to give me like the whole market sort of, daily, weekly. Daily. Okay, so this API doesn't look too hard to use. It seems that we just have to okay. See, I just wonder if you see how it says symbol. I wonder if I can pass more than one symbol to that. Because I want to display probably like, the main index, the market indexes. So let's say stock market index list. Right, we have like these right here, probably like these three. Like, can I just say NASDAQ to this and see if I can get it? Let's try that. So, if I go to daily, see, I just feel like this is gonna give me too much data, right? Because this looks like it's gonna give me like, multiple days worth of data. Like, not that that matters. Let's just see. There's actually a demo, right? So let's just see. So it says IBM, last refresh, right? And it's giving me like every day. Like, I don't need any of this stuff. Okay, so let's just say give me an okay, let's go back to the home page. Let's try this out. What describes you? I am a engineer, I guess. Email. I think it's gonna show my API token, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on top real quick, guys. Gonna fill this out so you guys can see my API token. Let's see. Why isn't it? Your API token is okie dokie. I got it. All right. Another thing quickly. Can I switch my screen? I don't want to show this private information. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put this up real quick. What I'm going to do, just to explain what I'm doing, I'm going to put my API token in my environment file, just so I can use it. So, 1 second. Let me just go ahead and do that. So, just to quickly explain to you, I'm going to put this back. I'm just going to make a key here named, what was the name of this? Alpha. So, alpha API key equals whatever your key is. I'm gonna go ahead and paste mine in off the screen. Let's just confirm that was it. Your API key is this. Yes, sir. Gonna save that and get out of there. Cool. I can make this full screen. Now what I'm gonna do is Laravel has this thing called services. In here, I'm just gonna create one. It's good practice for you to, after you add your token to your environment, don't just reference it there, because what happens is the app doesn't actually cache it. But if you add it to your config, your Laravel will actually cache your config, which will make your app faster. Just FYI. So here we're just gonna say alpha, and then just say key equals, and then we reference whatever we put in the environment, which was alpha API key. Bang. Cool. So that is done. Now we can go ahead and test this API out. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly test it, like create a route for it. So let's get rid of that, so we have more space. Whoa, what just happened there? Okay, cool, we're back. So let's go to the routes in the bottom. I'm just gonna do route, and we're gonna say test function. And all this does, guys, is a route is the name of the URL that you want it to be. So if I name this test and I say return hello world, and I go to the website and I put test, you see? So that's just what you want the URL to be. Test is fine because we're just testing this API out. So if we go back to this, it looks like I'm just wondering if I could pass multiple. All right, let's look at their documentation first, right? So let's actually try to read it. All right, so quote endpoint. Would that just give me one? Okay, that gives me one for the day. I think this is gonna be a lot faster getting one than multiple for that day. Can I say, like, I don't want the whole thing, I just want symbol. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and just use this. Cool. So an easy way to make API calls. So the goal right now is to, let's name this stocks that we want to get it for, right? So the different indexes. All right, and for now we'll just put one. Let's just say spy. And we want to do this API call right here, this one. Function, global quotes, replace that, and replace that. So super easy to do API calls in Laravel. So if you do Laravel HTTP client, let's go ahead and close all this. Scroll down, it says make sure you have Guzzle. Not too sure if I have it. Let's go find out. We do have Guzzle. Cool. Go back to the web. And then it tells you, right? So it just says, you do this, you say you want the JSON, and you're good to go. And we just call it a day. So let's go ahead and test that out. So let's just say we want this. We have to import HTTP, sure. And let's get the URL. There is the URL. I'm going to replace my API token that I added to the config, right? So that's easily just going to be, we just type .config, and then we'll do services, and then alpha.key. So that's the clutch thing of adding it to your config, is that you can do cool things like that. Next one is this right here. Here's where we have to put a stock name. We're just testing this. We could actually just replace this and put spy. For now, we're not going to use the array. And let's just do a return response. Would that work? Let's see. And yeah, we get the data back. Cool. So we get the exact same data that we got here, except it's a different stock. Cool. Now, how do we get the data from it? I forgot. So let's just say we want to go inside of this. Does that work? Undefined index global. I typed something wrong. Cool, that does work. And then we can easily just say 01 or whatever. Whoever made this API, like, these are horrible name for keys. So if you're watching this, like, that's horrible, dude. You should just name this open symbol. Like, why are you adding 01 dot? Like, I've never seen that before. I hope that doesn't change ever, because it will break the site. So, horrible. Either way, let's go ahead and clean this up, I guess. So we're going to create a file just to always call this. So we can, that way, because like, yeah, this works right now. But it's not a neat way of doing it, because let's say you say you're using this API everywhere on the site, right? I'm using it to get the chart data or whatever. I would have to change this everywhere, where if I create a file for it, I just have to change it in that one spot. So let's go ahead and do that. So inside of app, FinHub. This is where I'm getting the other stuff. Oh yeah, that is where I'm getting the other stuff. Alrighty, so if I go to the hub, yeah, let's create the other file. So we're gonna go here, and we're just gonna name this alpha. Alpha, make another file called alpha.php. This would be namespace app/alpha class alpha and public static function alpha. So we want it to be something like alpha get, and then the stock string. Yo, I am not used to typing on this Mac keyboard. I'm always typing on my ducky. The problem is I can't use my ducky if I'm recording on my Mac. It's weird. So it's, sorry guys, I suck at typing with this keyboard. So string stock, and I think that's about it that we have to pass to it. And let's just go ahead, split the screen, go back to our web. We're gonna organize this, right? So let's just say base URL equals, and it's gonna equal this long dingy majiggy, and this has to be a public base URL equals that. Let's go ahead and remove all of this. Then here we can easily just say URL equals the base URL plus all the extra stuff. So we copy all of this now, paste it in there. I have to save this for that. And symbol. So here's where we quote that out now. Oh, and we pass in the variable that we're going to use called stock. And for the API token, we're just going to use this thing we added. We're almost there. Cool. So there we have that. And one last thing, we do a response equals HTTP get URL, and then return response HTTP. Cool, so that looks good. Let's just check it again. So that's the URL, we add it. We then add that symbol, API key, gets it from the file. Cool. So let's close this. Close, 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 close. Dang, so many files open. Close all. Cool, let's go back over here. Now we can easily do something like return alpha and then get, and here's where we pass the stock. Let's just say spy, and we should get the exact same thing. And look how nice that looks. It's one line of code and it's so readable, right? Like it's just alpha, the name of the API. We're getting something. What are we getting? The stock spy. So that's why you like, it's a good practice to do shit like that. And hopefully this works though. Let's see. And we forgot, we're not in object content. Okay, so I know what this is. This problem is because I always forget you can't use this when you're doing static. So you have to do it a different way. You have to use, I think it's called self. And then you do something like this, like base URL. I hope it's like that. Access denied to undeclared static property. I always forget, how do you reference a, let's see if we can figure it out. I don't want to make this non-static because we can't get that one line of code. Is it without the dollar sign? No, it's with the dollar sign. All right, fine. This is when Google is going to come in. If I can't figure it out, I'm just going to do it the other way. This has to be static, is that what it's saying? Solution. quick little googling, and there you go. I'm gonna try not to forget that. I always forget that. So if the function is static, the variable also has to be a static. I got it. Then we have to use self. Cool. So there we go. Going back to this though, see what I mean? As like, so much nicer now. It's one line of code. So what we're gonna do is, this is the symbol. All right, let's go back to the, let's open a different tab real quick. Let's go here, close all this. Then let's look at what we're displaying again, right? So this part's obviously going to be like the stock name. And I guess this is the percentage that it's up, which we are getting that percentage change. Okay, so that being, let's see if we can get the indexes. So the stock index, stock market index. trading symbol. Now, do I have to include that symbol? That is the question. Let's just see. Let's make sure all these work before we do the code. That didn't work. With the symbol, I hope this API lets me do that. If not, I'm going to be very angry. Doesn't. This API is booty. So let's see S&P 500. Where's like the ticker for it? Is it SPX? I think it is SPX. SPX. Nothing. Okay, is it my code? I don't think it's my code, right? Let's say we put Tesla. Tesla's at 2,000. It's insane. Oh, okay. That is a problem, right? Tesla. It might actually be my code. I didn't even change anything. And what just happened? Did I not save the file before? Oh, you know what? I was actually refreshing my browser on top. All right, so let's try this again. Make sure I'm refreshing this one. Okay, so it's not my code. Let's try another one. All right, so the indexes don't work. Okay, so I was using a different API for a different feature on this site. Let's see if they have market FinHub, whatever the heck that is. So let's do FinHub API documentation. I just try to open this without it having a cap. Jesus Christ. All right, so if we look at this, okay, this one offers a lot more data. Okay. So what do we want? So quote, is there like market data? Like the overall market? All right, so market index API. It seems like none of them supply data for the indexes. I want to do indexes. I don't want to do like regular stocks. Is it market news? No, that's actual news. All right, so what we're gonna do is, okay, let's go back to our services. Go here. We're gonna add FinHub. There we go. We've got a little comma. Key equals environment FinHub API key. Again, guys, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and paste that real quick. So 1 second. Even though I can technically show you guys and then refresh it, but kind of lazy. So let's just go to the, copy that. Paste it in the environment. Cool. So I was using this to get the candles or whatever. Let's just end here, but nope, wrong provider. It is the Fin API key. Why are you showing contains invalid okay. You're being annoying, so we're gonna leave you blank either way. So let's go here and do public function static, and we're going to try quote. Yeah, but this one doesn't give us the daily change indexes. What is this? I want like the stock market change. All right, so I think for now, what I'm gonna do is just pick like 4 random stocks and display them on top, because the indexes just no provider seems to have that, which sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the alpha one, I guess. And right, I'll just display like Apple, Facebook, Tesla, whatever. Let's see, does this one, I would use this one if it lets me do multiple at a time. I'm not too sure if it does though. So let's just go to quote. Let's just see, blah, blah. I guess I'll use this one because it does that change percentage. Yeah, all right, I'm just gonna stick to that. Ignore everything else I was doing. Let's go to the main.blade. And somewhere here is where I'm doing this stuff, right? Oh, let's delete all this. Weekly change, right? So let's search for that. Oh, wrong thing. Weekly change. All right. So here's where that data is. So we have, so here's where I guess I'm gonna have to replace that. Has to fetch data. How do we fetch data that quick to display it? Multiple ways we could do this. I'm leaning towards using Livewire because I feel like it'll be easier to do it. Let's go ahead and give that a try. I'm gonna go with Livewire. So what we're gonna do is open our terminal. Do I have an empty tab? I do. And we're gonna do PHP artisan make. I think it's Livewire. Livewire make. And what do we want to name this? We'll name it. I don't want to name it stock ticker because not too sure if it goes. Maybe stock, is this, should it stock ticker? Should it be stock ticker? Which name it weekly change? or daily change. Daily change. Scroller. It's kind of long. That's fine. Okay, so we created this. Cool. It created these two files for us. Next thing to do is convert this to Livewire. So it's going to be pretty easy to do. Let's do that first before we add all the code for it. What we're going to do is copy these beautiful things and go to daily change right here. Paste them in right here. Cool. Go back to main. Delete all of this. And in here, we're just going to say X. And then we're going to say daily change scroller. And I think that should be enough. Oh, we broke something. Cannot locate class or view. I think with Livewire, we just say Livewire daily change scroller. I always forget. I gotta learn these commands. Is it Livewire that? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yo, what is this? What the heck is this? That looks hilarious. Why is it doing that? Is it because of these divs? Okay, an easy way to test is it because of these divs. So if I go to here, go to daily change, copy all of this, comment this out, and just paste that here. I think it's because of the outer div. I'm hoping it is, because then it'll be an easy fix. Okay, it's the outer div. Yeah, it's the outer div. Okay. Easy solution to this. All we have to do is make the entire Flexbox be controlled by Livewire, and problem solved basically. So we can easily do this by, again, we'll just go ahead and delete this, enable this. We're gonna we'll copy this first. So let's just copy this. And actually, I think we could just paste it in here. And let's just paste this class here. So class, bam, problem solved there. And we just delete this class. So floop, delete it. All right, problem solved. And we're using Livewire now, which is gonna make our life a million times easier. So we're using Livewire now. That looks beautiful. We can close all this. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, close all this, close that. So we have nice space. This is bothering me. Let's just push that on one line. Cool, so weekly change, we're gonna change this to daily change now. Daily changes, we go here. And now everything is going to be controlled by our controller. So we go to daily change, scroller, and here. I got a message in the chat by my boo thing. Oh man. Sign in to message in the chat. Oh, it's not letting me reply in the chat. That's funny. Anyways, back to business. All right, so in here we're just gonna name the different stocks. They're not gonna be indexes no more, right? So we do public stocks equals, and And here we're just gonna say like Apple, Tesla. What else we got? Facebook and Amazon. I think Amazon ticker is that. We'll find out. And okay, so we need to get the data. So we're going to create a function called public function mount. And what this mount function does in Livewire is just that as soon as you kind of run this component, it's like this function will automatically run. You don't want to, how can I say this? Put all your code in here. You want to call your code in here, if that makes any sense. So we're going to have another one called public function get data. What I mean is this will have all the magic. So like API code or whatever. And we call this inside of here, right? So we say this, and then we say get data. Because what happens if you do the code actually in here, the page that's going to take a long time to load. But as long as this, oh wait, I'm mistaken. My fault. I'm mistaken. We don't do this because if we do this, the page is going to take a long time to load because it's going to try to do all those API calls. The reason we're using Livewire, we want to get the API calls we want to do them even though the page is loaded. That way the user's not waiting to get this data. So my fault. This is wrong actually. We don't need that. We're just going to need get data. And we'll call this inside of the view. I'll show you guys how. So we want to get the stock data now. So we want another array called changes, I guess. Changes is going to be an array. I don't even think, do we have to make it an array? Yeah, let's make it an array. All right, so this one's going to be pretty easy. We're going to do a for each. So for each stocks as stock, all this is going to do is that for every stock, right? For every stock, go one by one and run whatever I put inside of it. So what I'm going to do inside of it is pretty simple. Again, we're just going to do an API call, right? So let's just name it response equals. We'll use that beautiful file we made called alpha. The name of the stock is going to be stock. And all this is already going to get us the data for every single stock. Now, all we have to do is save it inside changes. So inside of changes, we're going to say, oh, let's say this changes, and we're going to put some key and values, right? So we're going to say that the name of the stock is, let's just organize this so it looks a little prettier. So the name of the stock is going to be stock, and the value, the change, all right, we'll just name it value, will be response, response, and then this is where we put actual the keys that we get from the API. So these thingies. So we have to go inside of this one. So let's go ahead and grab that. Bam. Once we're inside of that one, we have to grab this. Change percentage. Change amount. I think we want this one. So let's go ahead and grab that. And that's all we have to do to get the stock market data. What's so funny? I don't know, man. Everything's funny. So okay, cool. There's the data, and let's go ahead and pass it to the screen so we can use it. So this should be pretty easy. All we have to do is delete all of this. So plus, minus. Okay. So what we could do is quick little for each loop here. So for each item in the change, we'll name it stock. We copy this beautiful line of code, delete that, go here where it says USA, we're just gonna put stock and put name. The next one over here, we're gonna put stock and then value. I think I named it value. Let's just double check before we run it. Oh, what just happened? Yeah, value. Cool. So let's go back over here. And let's see, do we get something? Okay, so it's not reading the Laravel component. What did we do? Oh, okay. So we're not even calling this function yet. So in Livewire, I know there's something called, so if we go to Livewire, I think it's called like load or something. There's a way to, yeah, init. So that's what we have to do. So we go here, go to the view, and say wire init equals get data. Does it have to have, no, it doesn't. Let's refresh this. Let's see what is going on. Ticker. Looks like something's scrolling. There's the element, but the element's actually empty inside. Why is it empty? For each stock. So we did something wrong over here. My computer's being super laggy right now. All right, let's see. So we have, this guy said it'd give me 5 minutes to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know about that. Keyshawn. Let's see, so here's the stocks. I mean, we could just debug this to see if it's running. So let's just do DD, and then this changes. This should display it at least. Is this function even running? Doesn't look like this function's even running. Let's see. Get data. Wire init, get data. Let's see this documentation again. All right, so let's just make sure this function's even running. It looks like it's not even running. We can test that by breaking the site on top. Right, let's just say like hello world. The problem is I don't even see the site. It should, like, big black screen should pop up. 5 things rendered. The components being rendered. Why is this acting up now? Public function. We're breaking it right there. This should like just break the site. It should just... It's not even dumping anywhere. That's so weird. Come on, Livewire. Start working on me. Alright, so let's just look at here. I'm starting to think it's because we don't have an extra div on it. Initial data. So Livewire is being initialized. I just don't think it's running. Data, stocks, changes, right? Look, you can see that changes is actually empty. This function called get data, I don't think it's running. All right, it's a possibility that it's not running because of it needs an outer div. Sometimes that's just the way that Livewire works. So let's just see. We give it an outer div. Outer div, this one does everything. Let's refresh the site. Changes. All right, so Livewire's been a little weird right now. I ain't gonna lie. Get data. What am I doing wrong here? For a fact, this function is not even running. So, I mean, I guess what we can do is, let me not initialize this, right? So let's just do public function mount. And then let's just run get data in here. I didn't want to do this way because the page has to load. But let's see if that works. And now we have data on top. Okay. Global index. Did I just break something? I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything yet. All right. This stock data is not reliable at all. As you can see, it works sometimes and then it doesn't. Like, what kind of garbage is that? Yeah, I think there's a timeout state on the actual. Okay, so I mean, what we could do is cache it. I don't have a Redis cache on my computer though. All right, so I think I'm gonna deploy the site without this, and then I'm gonna start my own Redis database inside of my cluster. Yeah, look at that. It's so weird. I think there's a timeout state on the actual API. No, there's no timeout. It says can't find this global quote. Undefined index global quote. I mean, I guess we can undefined index global quote. So that has to do with this, right? So we could just say like if is set, like if it does have a global quote, then we just save it. Let's just do that first. So if set global quote, right? Say we do have it. Let me go ahead and save it. That looks about right. That's my matching. That's the matching for the for each. All right, so that worked. It gets 2 out of whatever. Did I spell one of the tickers wrong? Facebook. So it got Apple and Tesla. But when I go to get Facebook and Amazon, it doesn't work. I think because I'm doing it too fast. Uh, is there a bulk? So I spelled that completely wrong. Everyone knows coders can't spell. It's a fact. Oh, yeah, it's just being so slow right now on my computer. Is there a way I can like pass multiple? Like, what if I like put a comma? By default, I'm using this quote endpoint. Yeah, I think I can only pass one at a time. That sucks because I need to pass more than one, and when I pass more than one, it bugs out. Look, and now and now it does Apple, Tesla, Facebook, and Amazon. It does all 3 of them. All right. So the solution to this is to cache it. I can't do Redis cache. I think I could do file caching testing. Let's. I don't remember how to do file caching. So file cache, Laravel cache. Let's test. It's gonna be a little learning experience right here. So how do I use database caching? That don't sound right. Redis cache. I know how to use Redis cache. I know there's a file cache, right? So let's just go to the cache config. How many things do I have open? It's bugging out on me. Yeah, I have like nothing open. Oh well. So there's file caching. By default, it's using file caching. What is storage? Okay, so I think by default I don't have to do anything. It'll just work. Let's go ahead and test that. We can go ahead and go to our test route where we have fun. So let's go here. And hold up, let me just reply to this. All right, so in the test route, let's just copy this one line of code to test our file cache. So I have to import cache, so let's just retype it. I'll go ahead and import it. Oh, I think I imported the wrong one. File system cache. I think it's this one. Yeah, so there we go. Return value. This should technically return nothing or return a big fat error, whichever one comes first. Nothing. Okay. So that's because we haven't set any cache. So setting cache should be storing items in the cache. So we put, and then we tell it how long. Okay. So let's just do this. So let's say I put the item key and the value. Then I try to get it. I should get value back. And I should get it from the cache. Oh, wrong thingy majiggy. And we get value. Okay, so caching through file isn't too bad. And I think now if I delete this, we're getting value back. Okay, so that works. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the API call one time, cache it, and if the cache exists, don't do the API call for the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just copy these 2 lines as a reference. Go here. And here's where we're doing this. So what we're gonna do is for each stock, this is the end of the for loop. So for each stock, we're going to check if it already exists in the cache. So first we're gonna say cache. Let's import cache. And there's one that says has, I saw it. So if it has, then we're gonna give it a key. So stock dot, and then we're gonna append the stock name. So basically what this is saying is in our file system cache, is there something named stock.apple or stock.tesla or whatever? In the beginning, this is gonna be false. And because it's false, it'll run the API call. So if it has this, actually we're gonna just easily yeah, let's do it this way. So we'll do, if it has it, then all we have to do is this changes equals name equals still the same thing, stock, right? Still the name of the stock. Oh, I cannot type on this computer. And then value equals, and then we're gonna get the value from the cache. So it's gonna be cache get stock dot, and then dot stock. That looks about right. So if we have it, if we don't, we're gonna do this. But before we do this, we are going to cache it. Yeah, we could do this first and then cache it after. So what we're gonna do is cache this, which is pretty easy. Just cache. Put the key is gonna be stock dot stock, and then the value is gonna be this long thingy majiggy. All right, that's inside of the if statement. That looks like it makes sense, right? Because we're checking if it has the cache. If it does, don't do the API call, use that. We forgot something. We have to put this on an else because then this would automatically run. So let's close that, copy this, put that bad boy in here. And now, I think now we're good. Let's see, first try. Let's see. Okay, we got all of them. All right, let's cross our fingers. Let's see, refresh the page. And it works instantly with no API call. Yep, you can tell there's no API call happening because look how fast the website is loading. So we got that working. All right. Now for the title, deploying this site. We're gonna deploy it into my Kubernetes cluster. This shouldn't be too bad to do, but we're gonna do a little Kubernetes basic lesson. So here's what we're gonna do. This all looks good. Let me just make sure again. So let's go here, whatever. Okay, one last thing I'm gonna do is these are negative. So I think I should make them negative. Like make this red before I deploy it. Because it kind of looks weird that it's green even though it's negative. So how do I get this back? When I go to web, let's undo this. I don't remember how I get the data. How do I get the data? Okay, I get the data. Change. Okay, so I think what I can do is check if this number is negative. Because I can't really check this, right? Because it has this symbol. So I could check if this is negative, though. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. So let's go back to this. And I guess, see, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I can just cache the entire array rather than just like the stock and then the value. I think that's possible. I think you can cache an entire array. Because then I could just cache this change thing and then this whole kind of loop goes away. All right, one thing at a time, right? Let's do this minus thing, this type. So we're gonna add something called type, and we're gonna do I think I'm gonna have to cache the entire array. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to cache the entire array. Let me Google how to do that. Laravel cache array. Cache an array. Can you simply just cache an array? Employees? Put many? All right, let me test this out. Let's go to web where we test all our stuff, right? And let's say I had this array, right, called changes or whatever. Stock name, Apple, this, whatever, right? And let's go ahead and duplicate this. I don't have to duplicate this. I mean, it's just an array, right? I could just do this and change this to something else, like Tesla. And what happens if I do cache and then do put with the key being stock changes and the value being changes. Let's say I put that at the end. We're gonna return it from the cache. So we'll do get stock changes. Just a little curious what happens. Do I get it as a string or I get the actual array back? I get the array back. Okay, this is some good stuff because we can now go to daily changes and rethink this entire thing that we were gonna do. Because right now we're caching it per stock, and if I do this, there's certain things that, like, if we think about speed, right? I'm still looping through every single array, and I don't want to do that if I already have the data, right? So we can solve this. So let's rethink this, right? What we're gonna do is if if the cache has stock dot, now we'll do a scroller. I can't name it stock changes because that's what I named the other one. Unless I remove it from the cache quickly. Yeah, let me just remove that from the cache. How do I remove stuff? Delete. Is there like a delete pool? You can just pull it. So let's just say I pull. Ooh, wrong page. Pull it. pull it again. Empty. Perfect. Okay, so I pull it. Now, let me test this. This should be empty now, right? False or something? Just empty? Yep, that's fine. I guess that means false. So we go here and we're going to cache this. So cache, and so if we're gonna say up here, right? We're up here. So if cache has stock changes, if we already have that, then we're gonna go ahead and do this beautiful line of code called changes equals cache get stock changes. That's it. Next line. Else we don't have this, we go get it. And this is mostly going to be copy and paste. We're going to delete this, all of this. We don't need this. Delete one of the brackets. And here's where we have to do this for loop. So put the for loop in there. Copy this line of code. And here we're going to say type. I'm going to fill that in a second. Leave it empty for now. So that's for that. This should be outside. And then we're going to say stock changes. Delete this. And put this changes. Cool. So that looks good. That looks good. So next thing. All right. So next thing, pretty simple. We're just going to calculate this. Then we could do it in one line of code. We could just say response. If the response / global quote, and then we say, god damn it, I forgot. I think it was called change. I'm gonna YOLO it and say it was called change. I think it was called, yeah, I don't want to YOLO it because I'm gonna get an error and I won't be able to solve it. So let's go here, change this, tap back to alpha, get spy. Okay, yeah, so it was 09. 09 change. So 09 change. So we say if this is greater than or equal to 0, then the value of this is going to be plus. Else it's going to be minus. Simple as that. Okay, so let's just recap before we run this. Changes stock. We get the value to type. Everything looks good. The next thing is we're going to go to the daily change scroller. Go to the scroller. Go to where it says plus. And here we just say stock. And we say type. All right, first off, look how fast it is now. You ready? Look at this. It's insane. It's so fast now. It went from 90 milliseconds to like 52. Look at that. Like, it's way better now. Okay. So, that being said, we lost the colors though. I think we lost the colors because I cached it before. So we need to go back to web, remove this, stock changes, pool. And my typing sucks. Okay. We get the data. And then we get the data again and it's accurate and it works. Look, Facebook's red, Amazon's red. That's what I like to see, man. That's what I like to see. All right, so I think the site is ready to go live. We can remove this route. We don't need this no more. And what we're gonna do is a couple things. So first thing we have to do is create a Docker image for this. We're gonna create a Docker image. And I'm just gonna use one from an existing project. So let's go to an existing project. Again, here's my GitHub. Follow me on GitHub. This isn't it. Wrong project. Should be the .com one. Let's go to my repos. You guys are about to see some of my private repos. God damn it. Here's some of my private code. Oh no. Let's go to my Docker. Copy all of this beautiful code. Docker. Ooh, not in there. Definitely not in there. That would have been bad. Docker file. Okay, paste some of that. We have to paste the there's like a certain file to tell it to look at the public folder. It's this vhost config. This tells it, you see, like it tells you like look at the public folder. That's because Laravel doesn't have an index. It does, but it's in the public folder. So FYI, you have to do that. And then config. Paste that bad boy in there. So we have a Docker file. We have that. Beautiful thing about this Docker file, it just works right off the back. Go ahead, you guys can copy that right there if you guys want to. Again, here we're just looking, telling it to look at that. And we need one more thing, I think. We have a file called cube. In here, we have to add two things, right? We have to add our Helm chart for Kubernetes to know how to deploy this, and then our Helm actual thingy majiggy. So copy those two things. I think I have this on my desktop, my computer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just drop and drag to BH. So let's go here to the document and skipped frame rates detected 15% over last 2 minutes ago. It looks like they don't want us to deploy Docker, guys. Like, are we still live? I think it's like acting up. I have to check. Looks like we're still live. Looks like we're still live. Alrighty. So I guess we'll just we're an hour in already. God damn. I really hope my mic is on this time, because before it was not on. That was horrible. That was so embarrassing. All right. I'm not gonna save it to another video. I'm gonna deploy a site now because that's the name of the video, right? We're not clickbaiting. We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna deploy it. An hour later, though. Sorry about that. So, all right. Let's drag in those things. So I have a folder here called Kubernetes. It's right here. Let's go here. And I have this thing called Cube. Gonna go ahead and paste that whole folder in here. Did it paste? Looks like it didn't. Copy folder. Cool. So there's our cube. We're gonna rename this to Techbuds. Whoa, what just happened to my VS Code? It like disappeared on me. There it is. Let's bring this back up. All right, so we named this Techbuds. We just have to change this to the host name has to also change. So, and so does my image. So we're gonna name this Techbuds. That's also gonna be the image name, and this is gonna be Techbuds dot Mackenzie Alvarez. Everything looks good. The only thing I have to do is build this actual image. I always forget how to do this, guys. So here goes nothing. So I know that builds it. I think we have to say that and then build everything. I think it's that. All right, that's gonna take a minute. I changed the port. I put the subdomain. While that's actually building, I'm gonna go ahead and go to my DigitalOcean. So let's go to digital. I probably shouldn't show my IP address on the server and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go to DigitalOcean and just create that DNS record. So like talking about DNS records, this is something that I want to try to automate. I talked about this on the first video. Sadly, there's no audio again. Talked about this in the first video. I want to create something that automatically creates these DNS records, builds my image, deploys it to Kubernetes just with like one command. Like I want to be able to just start a new Laravel project, run one command, and everything's set up for me. And I think that's what I'm going to work on next. It's going to be fun. So I think we could definitely do that. So let's see. So I have my thing. All I have to do now is do test Techbuds at, and then map it to my actual Techbuds. Let's see what I named this again. Techbuds. Cool. Image is still building. Okay, DNS records created. So that's good. While this is building still, we can go to DevOps now. So let's go to DevOps.Azure. And I have to log in to DevOps. Kind of thirsty, guys. Let me get something from the fridge. BRB. No beers today, guys, because I gotta drive later to see the bull thing. Oh shit, the shit just spilled. GG in the chat. GG. Damn, that shit really got on my pants. That's great. All right, so let's go to my personal DevOps. Still building. Yeah, it's taking a little minute to build. I think it's because nothing's really in the cache. Docker usually caches a lot of the files, but if nothing's in the cache, it don't know what to do. So I'm also gonna push most of my changes to GitHub. The reason why I'm doing that is because this way DevOps has those new Kubernetes files that we just created. So made scroller changes. Bro, changes and added Helm. Helm is this template package engine, whatever, for Kubernetes. I'm not a Kubernetes expert. I'm kind of getting used to using it. Kind of like it. It's kind of cool. I like how the different pod structures and all that good stuff. So now that we're here, we should go devops.azure/Mackenzie/build, whatever. And let's clone. Which one's the one that actually works? I think it's this one. This says I ran it recently. So we have a build pipeline. Yeah, we need a build pipeline. So I'm gonna go ahead and clone this. Clone this beauty. All right. Once I clone it, I'm gonna go ahead first rename it. Let's go and name this Techbuds CI. And show you guys basic setup of a CI/CD pipeline. So load all repos. There's no repos here. So I have my Techbuds repo is not here. I guess I have to tell it to be able to manage it. So let's go ahead and do that. So that being said, I think I have to go to settings, integration, Azure pipelines, and select repos. We have to select the Techbuds official site. Click save. You are being redirected to Azure pipelines. Well, now that's saved, I think I can let me just save. Not saving queue. We don't want to queue just yet. Let's save this. Refresh. Man, my computer is being so slow today, guys. I think I'm gonna do all this on my PC next time. Yeah, might just start coding on the PC. All right, so let this load. Click here, Techbuds. Click that. Let's look at this. This is no longer that. It's gonna be called Techbuds. Cool. Build and push. This is going to be called techbuds.com, I believe. Let's look at it. Techbuds.com is the image name. That is correcto. The image is still building. Docker, like, hello. Shit going mad slow. Anyways, we're going to be done creating a pipeline before Docker's even done. So techbuds.com is the name of the image. Oh, it's just going to be using get version. I don't think I have get version inside the repo right now. That's something else I have to go ahead and steal from my other project. So let's go to Kubernetes. Go here. There should be a get version. Let's copy that. I know this stream's getting super long. So just doing this for the fun of it. Copy that. By the way, for those people that don't know what get version is, it's just gonna automatically do like 1.0, 1.2, 1.3 automatically for us. This helps with the creating the image part. So there we go. That takes care of that. This is gonna build and push it as techbuds.com. This is gonna change the build image. That is what this line is gonna do right here. This upload image. This is actually gonna, if we go to the YAML file, it's gonna see where it says latest. We're saying, hey, where it says latest, change it to the build number, which this bad boy is gonna change for us inside of this file, techbuds.yaml. Generate Helm values. This is a custom plugin made by yours truly. And what this is gonna do is get your secrets. And let's say I think I have a secret here, right? Which is this variable group, right? An app key. I'll go ahead and change this, whatever, later. But it's automatically gonna get that secret from our variables, upload it in there for us. I have to change this to be Techbuds. And then after doing that, it's gonna go ahead and create an artifact for us. So name of the artifact is gonna be Techbuds. And this pipeline looks good. I'm not gonna queue it because Docker has not finished, but I am gonna push this file. Finished. Now that I think about it, I technically could run this. Because I'm building a new image either way, right? Yeah. Let's go to our pipeline again. So we go to our, nope, not releases. Let's go to build. What just happened? Where's our clone pipeline we just did? It's not this one. Hold up, Azure. You better not be playing with me, son. I just edited a whole entire pipeline. Did it edit this one? I mean, it's fine if I edit this one. This one's just a copy. But that would be whack if it did that. Like, we just literally did a whole bunch of changes. Like, what just happened? Yo, don't tell me. Yo, hold up. Nah, it's still here. It's still here. The Azure was playing games. I don't like that, boy. Alright. Technically, this should still work. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So, yep, you can use the Azure, whatever. Let's run that. Let's go ahead and look at our Java. Let's go look at this. Check out, create a version for it, build in, push our image, creating the image. This is the part that should take a while because nothing's cached for the first time. I guess while this is running, let's go ahead and create our release pipeline. That way we could deploy right away. Again, I should just be able to clone this. Big fan of this Azure DevOps tool. One, it's free and it lets you do so many cool things like So happy I like figured out this tool. So we have to change this artifact. I guess it doesn't let me change it. I guess I have to just delete it. So let's just delete it. And the build will be source. We're coming from Techbuds. The latest build always. And then deploy, install Helm, and then just deploy the site, which we're going to be using my AKS cluster thingy. Mackenzie, this has to be renamed to Techbuds. Release has to be renamed to Techbuds. Release name. It'll automatically generate one for you. I think this is the pod name. Yeah, that has to stay as Techbuds. For this, if we look here now, browse, all we do is click here. See, why is it named Mackenzie? Because I renamed it to Techbuds inside of my pipeline. Azure, you be playing with me, man. So let's see. Okay, so at least it built successfully. All right, so inside of this publish, okay, I forgot to rename it in here, which is just gonna publish that. I don't think it's gonna work because that file doesn't exist. So I swear I made all these changes. Techbuds. I made, what's going? Yo, did nothing save? Techbuds. Yeah, I remember making all these changes. Oh, that just, whatever just happened is really bad. Because what it did is it replaced one of the images for my site. It didn't deploy it though, which is fine. They just uploaded it to Docker for us. Okay, I see the problem. This is still acting up because look, the repo is Mackenzie Alvarez. I changed all of this already. I don't know why it keeps acting up. So let's just see. Let's go back to CI pipeline. And I was just talking really good about you, Azure DevOps, and then this happened. So I'll go here. All right, guys. You guys saw. Hold up. Techbuds.com is the name of the image. Techbuds. The name of the image here is techbuds.com. This is fine. Techbuds. All right. Man, this better work. Finished. Why did this get renamed to finish? Still running. There we go. Build the image. Yeah, I'm thinking of going live more just because a lot of people ask me how I create things so fast. And I have a friend, his name is Keyshawn. He keeps he keeps saying he wants to learn like new things or how to do things. So I guess a good way to you know help others is to I guess go live anytime I make something, right? And I make a whole bunch of things. Um, so I think I might continue going live just to hopefully help others. So while this is going, let's go back to this beautiful pipeline. And we're just going to rename this to Techbuds. And everything. Okay, so let's just save this real quick. I won't be able to actually change the artifact YAML until this image finishes building. So till then, we go chill. My ice is like, it's like no like water in there because everything is ice. Yeah, I continue to drink from it. All right. So what? Let's go to Techbuds. And let's go to deploy. And let's go here. Here's where now we should see. Yes, sir. The right YAML file. And now, wrong thing. I selected the wrong thing. This one's that, which is the Helm chart. And now we select the Helm template. And now we cross our fingers. Now, the one error I see us getting is that my cube config has expired. It's very likely. Like this will probably fail right off the bat because my cube config expired. Did it expire? Or is it actually doing it? Guys, we got no error. Moment of truth. Techbuds.mackenziealvarez.com. Okay. Not the what I wanted to see. Techbuds. All right. So what we can do for this, okay, so node port, we change that, Techbuds. So it did go ahead and you don't have permission to access this resource. Kubernetes. Why are you acting up on me? So this is what I mean as, we're gonna debug together, figure out what the problem is. So I'm opening the Kubernetes dashboard to see if it actually deployed certain things to it. It made a service for it. Okay, so there's my Kubernetes thing in the dev space dev. So let's go to dev. Here's where I have my site, and it's using the latest image, the one we just deployed. Has a replica set, has an ingress, has a service. Click. cluster IP address. Techbuds.dev. Okay, that's just the IP address inside of the cluster. You know what, guys? I think the live stream is done for today. We'll go ahead and try to solve this problem probably tomorrow. This room's getting pretty hot, and I can't turn on the AC because it sounds crazy on the mic. So, but I hope you guys learned something. I'm sorry we couldn't finish deploying the site. If anything, I'll go ahead and just debug this offline and show you guys tomorrow what I did. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was definitely fun to do. Getting more comfortable doing this again. After I do this site, I want to do more crazy things, like just develop things that are not out there yet. I have a huge passion for doing that, and I think one of the next thing is, I was talking about it in my last video, Snow Mike, is I want to create my own serverless platform, as in any project, whatever it's written on, I want to be able to just click one command, deploy, creates the DNS record on DigitalOcean for me, deploys it using a CI/CD pipeline, and like just everything. It just does everything for me. And I'm thinking of using Laravel 0 for it. I think it's called Laravel 0. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what it is. What Laravel 0 is, it's like you could create command tools using Laravel, which I think would be pretty sick. Like, what if you just do like Laravel deploy, and it just does all that for you? Like, hey, this domain already exists. And like, what if it doesn't like the way I'm thinking of it is like, for every branch I create on my repo, it creates a different DNS record, and like you can go to that extent. And at the end of it, I want to create it into a maybe like a package that you can just install inside your Kubernetes cluster using Docker, and anyone will be able to do this. So that's the goal, is to create a really cool tool like that. I don't know if any of this is possible. We're just going to try to make it. But yeah, I'm going to try to debug this offline. I'll catch you guys on the next live stream, and I'm really hoping Mike was on this time. Either way, catch you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, links on the screen, Twitter, all that good stuff. And I hope you guys learned something. Catch you guys next time.